It's hard to even begin this story because I'm still in shock. I feel so conflicted, hurt, and completely lost. But here's what happened. Everything. From the moment I found out to the emotional storm I'm trying to navigate now. It started 2 days ago. My boyfriend and I have been together for nearly 2 years, and while things have had their ups and downs, I genuinely thought we were solid. We celebrated New Year's together, set resolutions, and made plans for our future. I thought we were on the same page, but clearly I was wrong. That night, something felt off. We were sitting in the living room watching a movie, and I noticed how distracted he was. His phone kept lighting up with notifications. He'd glance at it and quickly put it face down on the couch. I've always trusted him, so I didn't think much of it initially. But as the night went on, my gut started to tell me something wasn't right. The next morning, while he was in the shower, I saw his phone sitting on the nightstand. I hate that I even looked, but I couldn't ignore the feeling in my chest. I picked up his phone and unlocked it. It was easy because I knew his password. What I saw completely broke me. There were messages to several women. He wasn't just flirting, he was explicitly asking for nudes and videos. I saw him telling one woman how much he missed the way she felt, how he couldn't stop thinking about their last encounter. My hands were shaking as I scrolled through the texts. It wasn't just one woman. It was multiple. Some of the messages dated back to New Year's Day. While I was sitting there, planning our future, he was already betraying me. He was sending texts behind my back, sneaking around and doing things I never thought he was capable of. When he got out of the shower, I confronted him. I couldn't even hold back the tears. I was crying, yelling, asking him why he would do this to me. At first, he tried to deny it, saying, "It's not what it looks like." But I wasn't having it. I had the proof right there on his phone. Finally, he admitted to it. He told me the women were from his past, people he had been involved with before we got together. He said he felt insecure in our relationship because he thought he wasn't my type. That completely threw me because I've never made him feel like he wasn't good enough. I've always loved him for who he is, and I've never compared him to anyone else. He told me he felt like he was in competition with my past relationships, as if he had to prove something. But how does that justify what he did? How does feeling insecure give someone the right to betray the person who loves them? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It felt like he was trying to shift the blame onto me, saying that his actions were a result of his own insecurities. But I didn't make him cheat. I didn't make him message those women. He made those choices, and now I'm the one left to pick up the pieces. He said he wants to work on things. He says he loves me and doesn't want to lose me. But how can I trust him after this? How can I move forward, knowing that he's been sneaking around for months, lying to my face and disrespecting our relationship? The thing is, I still love him. That's what makes this so hard. If I didn't care about him, walking away would be easy. But I do care. I care so much that it physically hurts. I've spent the last 2 days crying, replaying everything in my head, and wondering what I did wrong. Should I have noticed the signs earlier? Were there red flags I ignored because I was so in love with him? Did I make him feel like he wasn't enough without realizing it? At the same time, I know this isn't my fault. He made these choices. He could have talked to me about his insecurities, but instead, he turned to other women. That's on him, not me. The hardest part is figuring out what to do next. Do I stay and try to work things out? Can we rebuild the trust that's been broken? Or do I walk away and save myself from more pain down the road? Right now, I feel so conflicted. Part of me wants to give him another chance because I believe in forgiveness and second chances. But another part of me wonders if I'll ever truly be able to trust him again. Whenever his phone buzzes, I'll think he's texting someone else. Whenever he's out late, I'll wonder where he really is. That's no way to live. I've talked to my closest friends about it, and they've all told me to leave. They say I deserve better, and deep down, I know they're right. But it's so hard to let go of someone you love, even when they've hurt you. Last night, he sat me down and apologized again. He looked me in the eyes and said he's willing to do whatever it takes to make things right. He said he'd delete the women's numbers, block them on social media, and go to therapy to work on his insecurities. I want to believe him. I want to believe that he can change. But how do I know he's telling the truth? How do I know he won't just find another way to sneak around? Right now, I feel like I'm stuck in limbo. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that I need to prioritize myself. I need to take some time to figure out what I want and what I deserve. To anyone who's been through something similar, how did you handle it? Did you give your partner another chance, or did you walk away? I could really use some advice because I feel so lost right now. No matter what happens, I know I'll get through this. It's going to hurt, but I'll come out stronger on the other side. For now, I'm just taking it one day at a time and trying to make the best decision for myself.